Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your man Mikey D. And right now, I'm chilling out with my man Majestic on the G1 Truth podcast. Tap in or get tapped out, you heard?
Freeze frame, peep the imagery. Imagine if niggas really was who they pretend to be. Look, I run my city like the Flannerys. Y'all fucking up the game. Smalls, you killing me.
All right, everybody. I know what it is at the Garden of Building. It's Majestic. You know the campaign. It's the G1 Truth podcast. You know the slogan. I go everywhere. I eat everything. I talk to everybody. Let me put you up on game right now. Right now, I want to introduce you to an MC. Some of y'all may know him. Some of y'all don't. You know what I'm saying? For our people that's in the older generation, and for the people, not only older generation, but for the people that respect the community of hip hop and hip hop culture, I got a brother that's coming on the platform right now that is part of our history when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to MCing. I know the bugs is getting you right now.
Yeah,
We
it's
out
all
here
good.
in the country. You know what
We
I'm
in
saying?
Augusta, Georgia,
Right.
man. I saw the news anchor.
You know what I'm saying?
Flew a mouth.
Oh, flies in my mouth. Get me out this country ass town.
We
You know what I'm
good.
saying? But we here.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, let me put you up on game. I got the guard, the super MC, one of the most lyrical MCs to ever grace the presence of the hip hop community and the culture. Hailing himself from Queens is the destruction of MCs. The guard is in the building. MC Mikey D. Let's say what's up to the people.
Yo, salute, family. Salute to you. Salute to everybody that's tapped in. It's long overdue, man. I appreciate you for having me, man. Word.
No, thank you for allowing me to interview you. This is a very important for me because, you know what I'm saying? I like to tell myself that I'm fully involved and immersed in hip hop, the culture, the richness of it. And, you know, we've been in the same places, in the same spaces a couple of times. So, you know, the time wasn't exactly right for me to get an interview back then, but we're here now. So I want to make sure we got an opportunity for me to talk to you, for you to talk to me, and then we go ahead and we talk to the people and let them know what time it is. We got Mikey D in the building, y'all. So for those that don't know who, hailing from Queens, just so that the people know exactly where in Queens are you from?
I'm from Lawton, Queens, a town called LA, Queens. It's like Southeast Queens. Lawton is inside of Springfield Garden. Springfield Gardens is inside of Jamaica, Queens. So I'm from right there. Merrick Boulevard, man, Lawton, Queens.
Okay, now that's what's up. So with that being said, let's get into you as Mikey D, the MC, because there's a part of your culture, your history that I'm familiar with.
Right.
As I started to become a young teenager and I'm locking into what hip hop of the 90s, and I'm locking into like, you know, Main Source and, you know, a host of others. You know, that's when I started to become educated about who you are as an artist, as an MC. But to my surprise, there was much more richer history prior to that, which is what led you to actually being Main Source. So I'm about to get educated, and in turn we educate the people. So let's start where your early beginnings of you being this prominent MC that was just ringing bells throughout Queens, but basically throughout the whole boroughs, where everybody started talking about this MC named Mikey D.
Man, listen, I was definitely doing my thing during the 80s. I'm talking about prior to records. I was making cassette tapes that was buzzing in the streets. Like I started writing rhymes in 1979. So I'm 47 years in. By the time 80 came, 81, 82, that's when I was really, you know, grinding to get this craft popping. Coming in, it was a competitive sport. Everybody was competitive. It was about being better than the person. If you making a tape, you wanted to be better than the person that rapped on that tape before you. If you was at a basement party and rappers was there, you wanted to be better than the person before you. So I just was really, really competitive. Always been like with each group that I was with, I was always competitive. A lot of the brothers that I started out with, they didn't take hip hop as serious as I did. So
Understood.
I was like the student that became the teacher, and it was about the competition at the time. Once I started drinking them 40 ounces, that's when I found my my real confidence. You know what I
That's
mean? So
where.
yeah, that's when I started branching out into other boroughs, and I just wanted to battle everybody because I felt that I was nice, but you know, Old English gave you the extra courage, man.
Liquid
So
Courage, we know, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Big shout out to Papa Cams.
popping
We're gonna
chems.
get into that. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? We definitely know about Papa Cams. But the name Mikey D,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm assuming that the D definitely stands for destruction.
Actually, it stands for Deering. That's my last name. I'm Michael
Gotcha.
Deering. You know, uh, the destruction came. The destruction came. I think the destruction came in 1986. I did a record called "Bust Around Mike,"
Mm-hmm.
and my man Paul C. McCasty, one of the greatest
Oh my God. Big shout
producers.
out to Paul C.
Yeah, he was a part of my group, the LA Posse. So we had this record, Bust Around Mike. At the end of the song, I said, all MCs are headed for corruption. From now on, call me Mikey Destruction. And that name just
Just
stuck
stuck.
from then on. So we talking from 1986 to now.
Real quick on a side note, what was your relationship like with Paul C?
Man, we were like this, man. That was my brother. That
Mm-hmm.
was my
Mm-hmm.
brother. Him, me, and Johnny Quest was like the three musketeers, man.
I didn't know Paul C. Paul C is just a person who name rang bells throughout the culture of hip hop.
Right.
It took me long to even know that the brother was white. You know
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
God. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
know, I
yeah.
had no clue, but not that it had any bearing,
Nah,
but you know, we used to seeing what we were seeing. So I even thought that was something amazing in itself that somebody like himself, because he wasn't dressed to the
he
stitch or had
wasn't
the homeboy from around
he
the way
wasn't
look.
that type.
He was a
Nah.
very, you know, simple, you know,
Yeah,
common
yeah.
man with a
Played in the
and
band
and
and
it,
all
yeah,
that.
had a very extreme talent. So I'm saying all that to say when I definitely heard of his passing and how, even though I didn't know this
Yeah,
man, it really shook me. It was a very hurtful
yeah,
feeling that somebody would take the life of a man that was as talented as he was. So I could only assume you having a relationship with him that, you know, it definitely, you know, for lack of a better word, devastated you to some
yo,
degree.
it crushed me, man. Cause I mean, he passed in 1989. We were wrapping up our album. Uh, we were on Sleeping Bag Records during that time. We were just finishing up this album, and his untimely passing happened. And the
Mm-hmm.
sad part about it is, Paul C wasn't the type of person that was outside in the streets like that. This dude was at home with his wife or in the studio working. He was a dope engineer and a producer. See, a lot of people didn't know he was a super dope producer at first. They used to book him for his ear and his
Engineering.
engineering. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Paul C was a part of my group. He wasn't just our engineer. He was a band member. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was the MC, Johnny Quest was the DJ, Paul C was the producer.
Mm-hmm.
We had all of that locked. And 1989 came, and like where he lived in Rosedale, like 227th and 147th, and he stayed in the basement of the house, his
Mm-hmm.
mom's crib. And like, you know how the storefronts got those
The
in front of the
cellar.
stores, those metal
Those metal
doors?
doors, a cellar that take you
Yeah,
downstairs.
he had one of those in the backyard that went down to his room.
Mm-hmm.
And the night of his passing, somehow that was open, and the killers got in his bedroom
Mm-hmm.
and shot him in his face while he was sleeping.
That's some grimy shit.
I'm trying to tell you, and see, like I said, Paul didn't deserve that. He wasn't that type of guy. He you know, he had a closed casket funeral. So it kind of that it crushed me. It crushed me. I had to take a break for a while. From
Absolutely. And
1989. Yeah, yeah.
responsible for so much. Anything that was dope coming out of Power Play Studios. I didn't know it was the Ultramagnetics and all of these
It
different.
wasn't he wasn't at Power Play. He was at 1212
Okay.
in Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
Yeah, Power Play.
He never really rocked that Power
Nah,
Play.
nah,
Then I gotta correct myself.
yeah,
I
because
bought himself.
yeah, he was doing this thing. First, he started in his bedroom. Then he moved all of his equipment into the garage. But then, as we used to make tapes in the garage,
Mm-hmm.
he got hired by Mickey at 1212 Recording Studios. This is on Archer, right off of Parsons. Archer, um, Yeah, between Archer and Jamaica Avenue on Union Hall Street.
I'm gonna say by the F train.
Right over there. No, not the F, the E.
The E.
Right across the street from where they built the Gertz Mall.
Got you.
Yeah, the music building. Yes, sir. So he was in 1212.
Yeah, sad to hear. There was, you know, when there's definitely when we talk about underground legends.
Right.
And I'm thrown off because, you know, we hearing Percy P. He's spit there right now. He's one of my favorites. But when he's definitely in the category of an underground legend. But so are you, without a shadow of a doubt. And there is two underground legends that really comes to my mind. That is you and another MC named Pumpkinhead. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Y'all both were two amazing MCs. And the reason why I'm actually saying that, because big shout out to LL Cool J and Rock the Bells Radio and all that. And he gets definitely all the accolades. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite joints that nobody talk about is the Bristol. The Bristol Hotel was my shit.
She's a hot little mama and she works every day. If you want to pay to play, here's where she stays. She's at the Bristol Hotel. Room 515. The Bristol Hotel. Where that at? Jamaica Queen.
For those that know, they know who and know why. The Bristol.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? But you know, LL is such a confident and even a little egotistical MC, with no disrespect, because you have to be that in this arena.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? I never really heard him big up anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Except Pumpkinhead a little bit, but Mikey D a lot. So I want to talk about your relationship with LL that would even make him so heartfully say in an interview that Mikey D, quote unquote, Mikey D was that guy.
Right. Well, that's because I was a young guy. He was a young guy. I was one of the youngest dudes in the neighborhood doing it at a high impactful level. To be so young, I was going against the big boys and all of that. You know what I mean? And we had some mutual friends. My man Dave Molicio and Cool J's boy Mellow C. You know, they hooked up a meeting between us because Mellow C said his boy Todd wanted to meet me, this, that, and the other. I guess because he heard the stuff that I was doing in the streets already, whether it be a Park Jam or on the cassette tapes. And so we met at the spot Roller Castle in Elmont. That's where we all used to go on the weekends. And when we met, we compared notes. He rhymed, I rhymed. He rhymed, I rhymed. He had a bag of rhymes. I had a bag of rhymes because that's how we used to run around with the plastic bags with the composition notebooks in it, the black and white joints. So at the time, his name was Jay Ski. You know what I mean? And me listening to him at that initial meeting, I was impressed because our cadence was so similar. We had the same growl. We had that same aggression. We the same age. He was just taller than me, but he wasn't always big. He was skinny too. I was skinny at the time. So we were the same age.
You had the same kind of look.
We had
that was cohesive.
Yeah. We had the same background. He was raised by his grandparents, you know, had moms and them had you know, toxic relationships.
Understood.
Same with me. We was there. So after we met, I told him, yo, let's chill. He started coming around the way and stuff like that. So we just started building. Now we used to run the streets because I'm like, yo, it's two of us and we sounded like it's going to be hard for some of these MCs out here.
They're going to have a problem.
Right.
Check this out. On the microphone at this time, the man that'll take any MC out with just one rhyme is the legendary Playboy Mikey D. The man by my side to make your nature rise, rocking anyway. My man, ladies love Cool J. And we gonna do a little something like this, you know why? Showstopper, fresh as hip hopper. Don't look on the bottom, cause I'm on the top of the list of rapping, not an MC toy. And yeah, I must admit that I am a playboy. Ladies in the face, I'm the king of the jam. Some of y'all don't even know who I am. I don't like doing parties where my fans ain't at. When I rap, people say, who the fuck is that? Well, I'm a heartbreaker and my name is Mike. Here's a slight description of what I like. I like a girl that's fly, 17 at least. Not a dog or a monkey or a ugly beast. Gotta have a fly face, a body with grace. Jay, if I see her, I'll throw the bass. I rap for a while, let her know who's best. Give it 15 minutes, we'll be at my rest. I'll take her to my room and lock the door. And oh man, if she's a virgin, she won't be no more. Your body I'll win, then I'll get in you. Do it for a while, then let's continue. I'll make you scream because I lost it. After round one, you'll be so exhausted. I'll take you home and clear my voice with a gulp. Give you one last kiss, then cut you off. Then you'll think for a second, and then say, how can all this happen in just one day? So you better beat it, or be defeated. Your own microphone, I will make you eat it. I am imperial, pro material. Kids all over eat Mikey D cereal. A definitely with the pride and the glory. Ladies in the place, I'll be on your best story. Not all my children, no edge of night. I have my own soap opera. The guiding Mike, Cool J, my man with the rapping brain. I'm passing it only to you. The others are plain. I want our show to be funky, fresh, and also unique. Just get on the mic and save a little mystique. And you don't stop, and you don't stop until the short shot, until the short shot. Well, I'm the greater insulator, microphone dominator. My name is Cool J, manipulator, innovator. Roses are red and so are white boys. Inadequate vocabulary, charm, and poise. Being televised on John D. Carson. Burning all the mics, so they call it Austin. Slippery room where girls this shit can Bessie double OLJ with the depth concepts. Audio of the shoulder, man, you cannot resist. I should get a peace prize for a rhyme like this. Terrorizing MCs to give my ego a lift. You will see off of D3 scholarships. Ladies of Cool J, appointed to the top. The great leaders of the world are on my jock. The week's best photos in Jet Magazine. Me and Pam Grier on the Just Set scene. Asiatic black man with my own mellow tone. Diabolical rapper resting on the throne. Gonna reach great heights and altitude in flight to the corners of the world. Just me and my microphone declining, I suppose, eliminating my foes. Top rank amateurs as well as the pro professionals of the field. Modern day big wheel, eat magic Cool J with public appeal. And going for a challenge is a great mistake. I can say the kind of rhyme you think I can make. I'm the beat elevator, the depth run creator, sucker MCs. I will see you later. You want me to autograph your basketball? Even want 3 posters of me on your wall. Disrupt your nervous system so that you scream. Send all my fan mail at GQ magazine. I completed a ladder. MCs can't climb. They gave me a grand beat for the deafest rhyme. But this epic adventure is coming to an end. Don't worry, Cool J will be back again. There's only one more position left for me on the top. It was provided by the innovators of hip hop. To build this position, you will speak with skill. So Mikey D, I'm Cool J. Just do what you do.
Mikey D, my mellow. You're not a clarinet and you're not a cello. As a favor to me and to the clientele, why don't you get on the mic and serve the party well?
All the dogs in the house.
Yeah. Yo, let's do a little something for all the girls and Cool J and Mikey D in a place to be right now. Man. What you talking about, man? Get off me, man.
So that was my brain thought at the time, because I was about the competition, you know. But Cool J always wanted more. Like I always tell people, where he is today, where you see him right now, is where he used to dream about being when we were young.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so like I said, his name was Jay Ski. One day he came around the way, he was like, yo, Mike, I changed my name. I changed it to Cool James. And I'm like, yo, that's a dope name, but you need something in front of it. You know, something for the girls, you know. So you gotta figure back in those days, before the Mikey D structure, I was Playboy Mikey D.
Of course.
My partner was Romantic Lover Snow, Ever Loving Kid Ice, Lovable Little B, Loverboy TC. Cool J was just Cool James at the time. And I'm like, Dad, we need a nickname for him, something for the girls. Because he used to always rap and had girl rhymes, you know, for the ladies. Dope, not soft, dope rhymes.
As he should,
So
as he always had.
Yeah, we was walking to the store and I just stumbled on Ladies Love. And he's like, what'd you say? I said, Ladies Love. He was like, Ladies Love, Cool James. I like that. So that's where the LL comes from. So, like I said, man, where he is today is where he always dreamt of being.
Gotcha.
And he had the discipline to do it. I didn't have that.
Do you guys still have a relationship and y'all keep in touch?
Yeah, we good. I keep in touch with him.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Most definitely.
Big shout out to LL.
Much love
and,
to
you know, Rock the Bells. I definitely like the campaign that he got over there. One thing I can say about Rock the Bells, hip hop is definitely well represented.
Yeah.
And when I say that, like, he makes sure he gives a platform to all the people that were dope, that wasn't that the community or hip hop itself didn't shed light on.
Right.
So whether it was the Grandmaster Flash and the Melly Mel's and
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Grandmaster Caz and the
Kaz, Sha
Shantae,
Rock,
all Sha
Shantae.
Rock, they all
Absolutely.
now have a platform on Rock the Bells radio
And they
and are
got
able to be
shares
heard
in it.
and shares in it, and from there leads to performances, and you out in
Well,
the public,
yeah,
you out,
oh yeah,
you
they
being
moving.
seen.
They moving around, man. They moving, and it's not just a regular, not regular shows. I'm talking
Hmm.
about they selling out arenas. They got the U.S. I mean UBS, something like that arena.
Hmm.
Rock the Bells coming this August, man. So they doing it. Stadiums, arenas. They got the Rock the Bells.
All of that, the Rock the Bells
The
cruise.
cruise.
You know
Word.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they
Something
doing
I'm
it
definitely
all.
gonna try to hit this year. You know
They
what I'm
doing
saying?
all that.
So, with that being said, there was a part in your career where you were very prominent in the underground, and it's like you're the MC that no one wants to touch or go near because you're literally going to get destroyed lyrically. I remember there was cats talking, they don't even want to rhyme alongside of you because you're going to diminish their star power, rhyming against some of these cats. I'm not going to say their name, but
Yeah,
those that know, we had the conversation
yeah, yeah,
before.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then there was what I would call not a disappearance, but I would say a slight low. We didn't hear about you so much. Like, for like every other artist, life takes effect,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
whatever it is. But then all of a sudden there's this emergence, this reemergence, there's a
yeah,
boom,
yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
think that might have even came after, like I said earlier, LL saying, yo, this was the guy. And then
Right.
from there, this buzz just kept coming, but it got greater and greater and greater and greater. And then, but actually, you know what I want to do? Let me backtrack and let's talk about how you started to, before we get to that space, how you started to go from Mikey D, the guy that was just rhyming with LL, to this kind of solo campaign, and then locking into Sir Scratch and K Cut after they kind of parted ways with Extra P,
Right, right,
and
right.
then you become the lead rapper of the main source. How did that take
Yeah,
place?
that was crazy. That was unexpected. It was nothing planned. It just something that fell into my lap. Like I said, I wasn't looking for record deals. I wasn't looking for the recognition. I just wanted to be nice. I wanted to be respected for the craft. But after Paul C, I had to take a little hiatus and just get
Absolutely
away because at the same time, the whole demographics of the
changed.
culture was changing. The gangster rap was coming in, and I could do it, but I didn't feel right doing it because
Hmm.
it just wasn't me. I
Hmm.
was outside with a bunch of cats that was doing
And
all
I
of
think
that
there's
stuff.
another thing about it, not just so
Yeah,
much for the gangster lyrics, but people walked away from lyricism and more looked at imagery.
yeah,
And if
yeah,
you're a lyricist, you don't really care about imagery. You care
yeah,
about your performance, how you sound, how you rhyme, not about necessarily how much trouble you're getting into
yeah,
and all, you
nah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
nah, nah. So I wasn't really feeling that whole thing. Nothing against the artist that was doing that. So I went down to Miami and just chilled for a couple of years until I
mhm,
got chased out of there by Hurricane Andrew
got you.
in '92. Had to come home because I wasn't trying to fight a hurricane,
And then go
and
through that again. You don't want to
never.
repeat
So
history in
that
that
was
way.
that. So I used to hang with a brother named Mike Beasley when I came back to Queens. Mike Beasley was older than me. He had the Lincoln Continental with the
Hmm.
rag top, white Lincoln, blue rag top, the BBS rims and all of that. And when we would drive around, it's like he didn't even have to play the radio. I was always rhyming. But Mike also had cousins, the Higgins, Bo Higgins, I believe, Huggins, was married to Melba Moore.
Oh
They
my
they
God.
they had a production company called Hush Production
Hmm.
in Manhattan. So Mike Beasley used to take me up there. We used to go to the office and to the studio and just sit there and just bug
Chill and
out,
kick it.
just freestyling and all of that. So one day we downstairs, somebody's playing a beat on the grand piano, and I'm rhyming. And who comes through? Jeff Red, the R&B singer Jeff
I
Red.
think you called into
My
me when
that you
you
wanted
wanted
to.
to leave.
There they
That
go,
was
there
my
you go.
joint.
And So I didn't know that was Mike Beasley's cousin. Jeff Red was Bo Higgins and them cousin too. So he heard me rhyming and he's like, "Yo, Mike, what's up? Who your man?" And he was like, "That's Mikey D. It's my artist." Mike Beasley used to try to be my manager. He did a good job though, but he had the street knowledge, not business knowledge, which was all right. So Jeff Red said, "Yo, I know a group already established. I'm not going to tell you who they are. All I'm going to do is I'm going to give you this number and this address. I want you to call them and I want you to meet up with them." Mike Beasley like that. We there tomorrow. Next day came, sure enough. Called the number, young lady answered the phone. Name was Tandy Weems. Tandy Weems is in the music business too. She worked with a lot of people. And we went to the house in Flushing. She opens the door, we go in. She introduces me to Sir Scratch. I didn't put two and two together yet. I knew he looked familiar. So anyway, he asked me if I could bust around, let me hear what you sound like, let me spit some stuff for him, and he's open. He said, "Let me get you on the phone with my brother. My brother's in Canada." So I get on the phone with him. He said, "Mikey D, this is K Cut. K Cut, this is Mikey D." When he said K Cut, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. K Cut, Sir Scratch. Now I'm putting two and two together. Like, these is the main source cat. Now, I did not expect to be the lead rapper. Because like you know, those two dudes is DJs and they are producers. I didn't know Large Professor left the group. So I thought I was just going to be one of them brothers like, you know, on the Live at the Barbecue joint, Akinelli, the Nas, the, you know what I mean, Joe Fadals and them. And sure enough, what wound up happening is I found out Large
Supporting
Professor.
MC. He was going to be kind of like a supporting MC.
Yeah, because I wasn't trying to replace him or none of that because he's a different caliber rapper. Him and me, two completely different calibers. He knows how to make hit records. I know how to crush somebody's feelings and bring the aggression. So that's what I planned on bringing to the table. So anybody that says, "Oh, he's Large Professor's replacement,"
it wasn't like that at all.
That's not like that. I didn't get a fair shot, man. And if you listen to the first single, in the opening lines, I said, "Here comes Mikey D with the main source." Never said I'm main source.
Right.
But that's how that.
I remember even seeing you on Soul Train.
Yeah, man. Yo, Jeff Red, man. But so we did a whole album. We actually did two albums. The first album, Wild Pitch, didn't really want it because I was kind of laid back on it because I recorded it in Canada, where they're from. I wasn't around popping chems. I couldn't get my brews. I couldn't do what I was doing. So that's like taking the lion out of the jungle, making the lion a house cat. You know what I'm saying? So I just wasn't in my element. And I guess Wild Pitch, they felt that. Brought us back to New York. When they brought me back to New York, now I'm back in the element. I'm back in the jungle with the animals. And now it's back. I got that feeling.
You got the vibe. You got the feeling.
Yeah. So What You Need Is a Source was the first single off of the album.
It was super dope.
And that record did a lot. I mean, Madonna sampled it and gave us credits on there. And that's what got us to Soul
Another
Train,
level.
man. Yeah, absolutely.
Dope. It was definitely good seeing you to be able to fit into that space because I felt like it kind of put you where you should have always been.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
So it kind of put you where, so it's like almost saying you didn't really lose a step. So you went main source and now you was in that space. And then there was another period where we didn't hear from Mikey D so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because, you know, the band dismembered again. You know what I'm saying? Some things transpired. See, I wasn't signed to Wild Pitch Records. I was signed to Main Source, their production deal, you know, and they were signed to the label.
And so big shout out to those guys. But like I said, I showed you a picture earlier. There was always something that was quietly unsettling about Main Source. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is no disrespect because one of my best friends, I love you, Bay. I know I'm mad at you right now. I know one day we gonna rap again. But my man John Bay, DJ J.O.D. One of the original members of Main Source. He was there, then he wasn't there, then Large Professor's there, then he wasn't there, then you're there, then you're not there, and then Sir Scratch and K Cut, there's no more Main Source. So it's like everybody just completely disbanded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then we didn't get any more Mikey D after. It's like we sitting around, it's like waiting for the opening credits of the movie with popcorn.
Yeah,
Stuffing the
yeah,
popcorn.
yeah,
Mikey
yeah,
D, we're waiting for Mikey D to come out.
yeah.
And now we don't hear from Mikey D no more. But then all of a sudden, there's this reemergence of the word. Mikey D's name is buzzing around. After the name is buzzing around, you're starting to see you pop up on Instagram, pop up on TikTok. There's new material. There's just you just surfacing as like the true MC is back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's because what happened is I'm finally happy. So we didn't have the social media era or none of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt a lot of the things behind the scenes with making records and being in the industry was fake.
Mm-hmm.
I can't operate off of fake things. You know what I mean? I'm organic. I'm integrity driven, morally driven. You know, so I found that being myself was the key to my happiness. It's not about the success or money and all of that. That's not going to make you happy. Like Biggie said, more money, more problems. But being able to be myself, and if you know me, I've always really moved solo. I don't have anybody to argue with but myself. If things don't work out, I don't have anybody to blame but myself. If things work, then I'm good. Okay, I did the right thing here. If they don't work, I know that it's a mistake and it's a learning experience. So me being myself and just giving people, and plus I put the 40s down. You know what I'm saying? So I've been like 14 years sober now.
Yeah.
I'm having so much fun with life being so, me being sober, just in a whole different headspace.
It's different.
It's
just a clean state of
yo,
mind.
Hold on for 1 second. These glasses, don't get these doggone Meta glasses, man. I just tapped this and it started playing and it scared the hell out of me.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but we good now.
I want a pair though.
Yeah, it just scared the hell out of me though, because I ain't used to them yet. But excuse me. But yeah, I'm just having so much fun being myself, man. I don't have to play by the rules. There's no rules right now because I know what I have to do. I got a beautiful wife that loves and supports what I do.
Absolutely. I had the pleasure of meeting her earlier.
Yeah.
And I said, hello, Mrs. Mikey D.
Yeah, she keep brother in check, man. That's a good woman, man. So I'm in a good space. So there's no reason to be miserable. I don't have I don't have any obligations, contractual things, or none of that. So it's just a wonderful thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm in a good space right now. And I'm creative, man. I'm feeling very creative because it was hard finding producers and stuff like that understand what you want. Now we got what? AI.
Absolutely.
Man, I could prompt Suno or what any of these different platforms to make the music that I
bang
want.
out.
Yeah, and it motivates me. You feel me?
Without question.
Yeah, so I'm in a good space.
Another thing that made me gravitate towards you was the fact that I follow MC Shan a lot.
It's my brother.
There's a couple of people that are my favorite MCs. MC Shan is definitely one of them. For many of his songs, one of my favorites is that I've pioneered this. Is one of my. I hope that's and it's like a low key joint that people kind of like forgot about because the bridge shadows that song.
Yeah.
But I've pioneered this. The beat is so funky because you can hear his rhymes where he's in his bag. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my personal favorites. But obviously, I fuck with the bridge. The bridge just rings bells that's that shit.
Everything about it,
right?
Word
you know
up.
what I'm saying? But when I say that, Shan is the type of man. He's very direct. He's very straightforward.
He's gonna
very
tell
blunt.
You like it
he's
is.
Gonna tell you like it is. And I've never heard MC Shan say anything bad about Mikey Destruction.
That's my brother. It's been that way since day one, man.
He may have something to say about Kane or this one or that one. His whole experience with the Juice Crew. Anybody that he came across that he felt wasn't right and exact, you want blast from that point on. But he's also a good man in the sense that if he says something out of line, he will come back and correct himself, and that's a good man. That's a good man.
If you could take accountability,
he takes accountability.
He does.
With that being said, he never said a bad word about you. He praises your name. So I hailed you as an all-around good person as well as being a dope MC. Then you start coming out with a lot of new material.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of visuals that's coming out that that's accompanying the music. Meaning that, you know what I'm saying, you're dropping some little videos here and there, let
Yeah.
people know, yo, I'm in the building. I'm still Mikey D. Y'all can run around here and do what you want. But when I come, I'm bringing some pain with me and I'm bringing some heat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Facts. Facts.
So you know, we was in that space. So while you're having this brilliant time reemerging, all of a sudden there's this kind of like little beef that's kind of like, is it a beef? Can we call it a beef?
No beef at all.
Okay. Well, there is a situation that's creating itself with MC Search.
Church. Right. Right.
So for those that didn't understand, because for a minute I just knew that there was trouble brewing along those lines, but I wasn't aware of where this beef stemmed from. So what was that about?
Well, Search. Okay. For years, I mean, I've heard things about Search, exaggerating stories or fabricating stories, but I never paid it no mind until you become the topic of one of his stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I was checking out my man Apathy's podcast, and he had Search as a guest on there. And Search went on to tell this story because when I was with Main Source, Search was the vice president of marketing of Wild Pitch at the same exact time. So, like I said, after the Main Source, you know, I disappeared for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason Main Source left that label, it was a big problem. You know what I mean? Search was there. Things happened, things transpired, you know what I mean? I'm not proud of or whatever. Things went way left. But the way Search described it on this Apathy podcast, he flipped it. He told the story, he flipped it, made himself the victim. He lied on K-Cut and Sir Scratch's mom, said she came to the record company and pulled a 22 out of her panties. Yeah, said this, and then bottom line, I mean, after he said all of that, he said we was whack anyway. Now, from my era, any MC call another MC whack,
It's a problem.
there it is.
We going head to head.
That's the beef that I had. All of that other stuff.
We got a battle.
Yeah, all that other stuff that he was saying
is rhetoric.
Wasn't serious enough for me to want to take it to the street
on a physical level.
Or see him harmed, or you know, come on, you know some of the people I used to run with. So
Absolutely.
I didn't want to. They didn't have to get involved because now this is personal hip hop beef, as far as I'm concerned.
So it's about to go head to head, mic to mic.
So I gave him 48 hours to fix that story publicly on the internet because
going in.
That's where he messed up at. He was on the internet running his mouth, so fix it on the internet. He didn't pay me no mind. It's like he just wiped that right off. So I got a little offended behind that. It woke K-Cut from Main Source up. K-Cut calls me, yo, Mike, what we gonna do, man? What we gonna do? I said, yo, just make a beat, man. Make a beat. I got this. K-Cut came with a beat. I wrote a rhyme.
Get your pen game.
That was just to bait him, really, because I didn't even go nuclear, because I could have got real disrespectful, but it wasn't that serious. So I really wanted him to respond, so then I could go nuclear. He played it smart. He didn't respond. Cool. Water under the bridge to me. But then, a couple of weeks later, my man, $2 Dave and Mr. Fingers had the Coliseum farewell event. Big block party, big things going on inside of the Coliseum. Who shows up? Search.
Probably with a cigar in his mouth.
I didn't see a cigar this time, but yo, I'm with thousands of people. He's by himself. You know, so I was being interviewed inside, and somebody came while I was being interviewed and said, yo, Mike, MC Search is here. He's over there at Shirt King's booth. I'm like, word, I told the camera person, follow me. I'm gonna go see Search. Saw Search over there. I walked up to him, tapped him on his back. He turned around, he saw me like, oh, I slapped him 5, pulled him in. I said, yo, I said, everything is squashed, baby. Water under the bridge. I said, no apologies necessary. You said what you said, I said what I said.
Let's leave
It's
it at that.
over.
And that was the end of that.
That's that. That's hip hop. That's how you get rid of hip hop beef. You know what I mean? I didn't want to take it no further than that.
No need.
So it's water
No
under
name,
the
no
bridge.
blame.
And we don't have to be friends. We don't even have to rock with each other. But it's out of our system and we're good. You know what I mean?
And definitely some grown man respect
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's
a mutual understanding,
bro.
agree to disagree.
I'm trying to and the event was so peaceful, man. That's like me bringing beef to the Beats and Bars barbecue.
Right.
It's not that type of environment.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If anything, it's all about peace. And that's what hip hop is about: peace, unity, love and having fun. We can be competitors, but we're a dysfunctional family at the end of the day. And I don't want to see anything happen to Search. He got his faults, I got my faults, but we don't have to kill each other to resolve anything. And it's water under the bridge.
Got you on that. Thank you for clearing that up and giving us some clarification in regards to that. So let me segue into this. You got a lot of material out right now. I'm seeing videos and everything. Big shout out to my man Rotten, because in the videos you supporting a lot of Rotten Apple.
Rotten
there.
Apple.
You know,
it's my people.
Rotten is my people as well.
Yeah.
And you definitely support his campaign, and I know he appreciates that. But I'm seeing that in the videos. So I want to talk about your material and some of the stuff that you got out right now.
Yeah. So right now I got an album. Excuse me. Allergies is acting up because we are in the country, baby. I got a Pop and Kim album out right now. We mentioned Pop and Kim. You know, Pop and Kim. This was like a local staple in Laurelton, Queens in the 80s. So what I wanted to do with this Pop and Kim album, because I couldn't bring back a 17-year-old Mikey D, I could bring you that Pop and Kim energy. That energy that I had back there, I wanted to bring it out in 2026. So that's why I titled the album Pop and Kim, so I could just imagine going back. But I got so much more to talk about as far as what I was talking about when I was 17. But I still got that same energy.
That same heat.
Right. So
passion, fire.
So we put the album out. It's available on all platforms. It's called Pop and Kim. I got the album prior to that. It's called Day of Destruction. That's where I got a bunch of features. I mean, I got R.A. the Rugged Man on there.
Big shout out to him.
I got me and Cannabis together.
Dope.
Craig G is on the joint.
Super dope.
I got Chris Rivers on the joint. My brother Matt Picasso.
Son of Pun.
I got Mellow Man Ace. Legacy. Dope
very
album.
unique. Very unique lineup.
Yeah,
very different. You know what
and
I'm
right now, what I also did, I got a website. It's called payhip.com/Mikey D catalog. I'm putting all of my music up on that where people could go listen. They can purchase from me direct and all of that. So there's a few things that's going to be on that site that's not going to be available with streaming, like this special joint that I got with LL and me, 1984, before we made records.
I can't wait to hear. We talked about that earlier, and I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah. So we got some things, man. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And as a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to work on a brand new project. There's this crew. My man from Connecticut, DJ Stress, started something called Producers Corner. It's nothing but 1,000 producers from all over the world. They come together. So I'm going to do a new album, and I'm letting a bunch of the producers from Producers Corner produce it.
Super
and
dope.
I'm going to spit the bars off
dope.
of that. So I'm in the lab with that right now. And I'm having a ball with AI, you know. So
I see that for sure.
That's Shan's fault.
Shan, well, you accepted the challenge.
And I did it too. He gave me the tools. I just utilized the tools. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people our age, especially and Shan's a little bit older than me, maybe by a year or two. But for us to be so technology savvy, it drives people crazy.
Yeah, and utilizing that makes all the
difference. And I love it, man. I found happiness and peace in AI, man.
Yeah, I wanted to segue on something that was so wild that when I mentioned to you, I was like, listen, I was a kid from Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? I was doing a lot of things, running around getting money, doing this, doing that, a lot of things I shouldn't be doing. There was times like I would either drive out or I wanted to be on some fly shit. I would jump in a cab, and go out to what was it, Merrick, to Papa
Papa
Kim's.
Kim's from Brooklyn.
Yeah, from coming from Brooklyn, and just to go out there just to say that I had a cold 40.
Ice cold
Yeah,
40.
and another
And
thing
you never knew who you was going to run into
yeah,
out
that's
there.
what I was about to say. I used to
Yeah.
the 40 Busters.
Yeah. Yeah.
DMC crew and all that
DMC.
used to be out there.
That's right.
So, you know, it used to make me feel like, yo, I got a chance in the world of hip hop because I'm aligning myself with cats that's being
right.
out there.
That's
so
right.
you talked about Papa Kim's, and then we segued and talked about Montebello Park.
That's right.
And little did I know, I mean, I was out there. I was out there with my crew. We came out there. My people was from Queens. They from LA, Queens. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm not gonna mention their name, but
let's just say boom bang.
Yeah,
I already know.
We was out there. So we was out there. You know, me, I'm a Brooklyn kid. I'm Montebello. I came out from Brooklyn Flatbush, coming out to Montebello Park. Saw this is the first time I laid eyes on anybody known as a Redman. Redman wasn't out at that time.
He wasn't out.
Or none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I knew Biz. So coming out there to see Biz, I was like, damn, I'm like getting almost a free show. Because you could just be in the park and people were spitting. Little did I know that you was there as well.
Yeah,
I didn't know you at the time.
Yeah.
But, you know, I thought that was an amazing space for Biz to throw a free jam in the park and listen to some MCs, and then we both was like, yo, Papa Kim's was that place. You know, I used to watch them just trade 40s in and out different freezers, keeping them shits ice cold. And I remember I used to take off the tops or screw the top, slush come out.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh my God, that was some amazing time. So you know what I'm saying? I feel like we got some kind of alignment in terms of the 40 dogs. The 40 dog days, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
But I want to really thank you for coming out on my platform. I know this was kind of like an impromptu thing, but it was something that was definitely in the works. And you were saying that, you know, you're more than welcome to do it. Give the people, you know, a chance to,
anytime,
you know, hear your story and, you know, things like that. So thank you for gracing us with your presence. And I hope you got a lot of material that we're going to be able to get to hear. We're out here, y'all. It's Beats and Bars Barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm cooling with the guard, Mikey D.
Yep, we in here. We here. We outside.
We outside,
New York, baby. We out here.
Where can they find you at on your social media platforms?
Damn bugs,
I
yo.
know, you see, it's crazy.
My Instagram page got hacked, so I started a new one. It's Mikey Destruction. The destruction is spelled without the E, so it's Mikey Destruction. Mikey Destruction. You can catch me on YouTube at Mikey Destruction, spelled the regular way. TikTok, Mikey Destruction. YouTube, I said that. Catch me on Facebook as well. My government name is Michael Deering. And so I got it popping.
And they can keep your material out on YouTube.
Yeah. They can go to anywhere. Digital downloads and all of that is available. And don't forget, check out the stuff on payhip.com/Mikey D catalog.
Can you spell that out for them so they know what time it is?
That's payhip, PAYHIP.com/MIKEYD catalog, CATALOG.
Y'all know what it is. Yeah, listen, I just want to say this on a side note. You know, as we age and get older, hip hop becomes more of a niche culture. You know, because we have a tendency now, we're walking away from lyricism and artistic quality. You know what I'm saying? So when we see this, we have to embrace it. You know what I mean? And Mikey D definitely still displays the characteristics of a true MC and a member of the hip hop community. So support this brother, tune in, fall in, fit in, support hip hop culture. And when you support Mikey D, you're supporting hip hop culture. You know what it is. I'm not going to steer my people wrong when it comes to this game and my platform. It's the God Majestic. I'm in the building. It's the G1 Truth Podcast. Y'all know my campaign. You know the slogan. I go everywhere. I eat everything. I talk to everybody. One yourself. Blah.